All right. It's about 10 minutes before we go to Bob Grinstead for our demonstration tonight. Sue, you want to do a safety moment for us?
I sure do.
All right. I'm out and Sue's in.
And I want to talk about grinders and safety with grinders and some of the minimum requirements for OSHA. If you've ever gone into OSHA to read all the stuff they've got, you need a lawyer's license in order to read it. So I went to a
Did a 30-hour course. It's bad.
Yes. Oh my God. We've got, here's basically, I don't know, can you see that all right?
Yes.
Okay. This is normally where your guard is up top. You see, you're supposed to have that no more than a 1/4 inch from the stone. And your plate down here should not be any closer than 1/8 inch. Now let's talk about the stone. We're not talking about CBN wheels. We're talking about stone wheels. Whenever we sharpen something, yes, we are getting metal dust, and we'll talk about that. But you're also, especially when you're flattening out with a diamond rod or whatever and re-flattening your stone, you're getting stone dust. And a lot of people don't realize that the stone dust is a carcinogen. Not only should you be wearing masks, a good mask while you're grinding, it's a good idea to have a separate dust collection set up. You can do that just with a shop vac that's running about 70 FMs, and that way you could easily change the hose from wheel to wheel depending which wheel you're using on. Never use the same dust collection that you used to do wood dust. Wood dust is flammable. When you're sharpening something, it creates sparks. So please use a separate system in order to vacuum any stuff from the grinder. There was one thing that I was interested in, and a lot of you already know it, but maybe some of the newer people don't, is the ring test, especially on, this is for the stones, not for CBNs. The ring test. Does anybody know what the ring test is?
Yes,
No?
but I'd like you to explain it.
Yes.
Okay. The wings, when you get a new wheel, put that wheel, do not put it on. Put that wheel over a rod, whether it be a metal rod or whatever, and you're gonna ping that with a piece of plastic, you know, a plastic end or a wooden end of a screwdriver every 45 degrees. It should sound like a ring. It should sound almost like you're plinking
A symbol.
fine glassware. It should sound like that.
I know.
Now, if it sounds like a dud anywhere in those 4 areas, you have a cracked stone. Whatever you do, do not put that on your grinding wheel. There's plenty of stuff out there online showing you, you know, how to ping it and all that stuff. They do give you a definition. But whatever you do, if it sounds like a dud, it's really a dud, you guys, and do not put it on the wheel. The other thing I wanted to bring up is last week I had asked folks to send me anything that had to do with looking up a sheet before you actually turned on that lathe. Actually, no one responded to that, which was a little disappointing And, but I got a nice email from Len Davies. He's got a couple of businesses. And so he woodwork, his life is woodworking, whether it be his home improvement business or his wood crafting sign business. And not only does he have a first aid kit in his shop at all times, but because he works by himself, if he hurts himself, he has to be self-caring until he can get EMS or whatever, whoever he can get to him or get to a hospital. So he has a trauma bag there. So I asked him what was in that bag, and he said basically anything that would stop bleeding, because that's the major concern. If you cut a major artery, you've got to be able to stop that bleeding, because you could bleed out. And he didn't actually tell me what he's got in his trauma bag, but I thought it was a great idea, because a lot of us are alone while we're doing this, and you need something besides a little Band-Aid to cover some of the cuts. So maybe out there we could get a list. People could write in and give us a list of what they would want in their trauma bag. Normally, you know, even if it's just a tourniquet, something. But I know I keep my Band-Aids. I do give Band-Aids, but they're this thick and that long, because I'm on blood thinners and I do bleed. So yeah, I was very grateful for the suggestion for a trauma kit. And I think for those of us that are alone without somebody else in the room or in the building, that's a good thing to have.
That's a good idea. It really is.
So anyway,
Um,
I wish you all safe this week, and be careful out there.